Hello, good morning everybody, welcome in. Stream is up and running, everything looks good. Not going to do my normal introductions, I got heckled for that yesterday, so we're just gonna, I'm gonna sneeze already, god damn it. Well, that's a start. So we're just gonna jump right into it. I got some work to do on my social post today. We've got some updates on shrink plastic stuff that we worked on, Kidlit postcard day to work on, also some other stuff. So I try to see if we can squeeze in the pricing setup for our signage and stuff for our booth, stuff like that. So lots of things on the docket to work on today. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started on that. I am checking. Check Facebook real quick. Nothing there still. Okay. I have one event that I'm signed up for. It's actually, I've got it placed in the middle of the video here. For our Reno Public Market Art Town Author Day that we get to do like twice a year. One in the summertime, one in the wintertime. And it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. If you're part of the literary group here in town, then our person setting it up, putting it together, posts about it on the Facebook group. And if you comment that you would like to go, then he puts you on the list and stuff like that. But we haven't gotten an update in a little bit about what's going on or the exact time. We know the date. It's definitely Saturday, July 18th. And we know where it's going to be at the Reno Public Market. So I know a lot of stuff, but the time and confirmation, other stuff, still kind of missing. So yeah, I'm like, do I post about this? Do I put this in this video? Do I not put this in this video? I don't know. Okay. I got that to figure out. I think I have a couple other photos I want to drag in here too, just in case. I've got that one in there. Let's pull these three as well. So I did a whole bunch of work yesterday laminating stuff, getting stickers put together, doing a whole bunch of work. Do I keep this slide or not? Oops, wrong button. Go back to Canva. There we go. Do I have two? do have an updated picture. So I can put this in here. You know what? Let's just go and put both of them in there, just in case I need them. Been kind of a busy week. Lots of things going together. Got new magnets and pins, stuff like that. We've got new stickers coming. I should actually I should redo. That one's kind of getting cut off. Shoot. Do I do the Art Town one? There we go. Technically, I shouldn't split this. Get rid of this. Okay. That feels better. I like to have new stuff for each. I think that's where I struggle the most with this, is like, I would love to have sit and make new stuff for every event, but that's easier said than done a lot of times. Production wise, it doesn't like take me super long, especially like if I'm doing little base guys like this. The process isn't too long. I could do this in about a day. This many. I think this was one sheet. No, was this 3 sheets of shrink plastic? Yes, because I screwed up on one of them. That's right. So I had to reprint one whole page. Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3 pages. Yeah, it was 3 pages. So technically it ended up being 4 pages because I messed up on one, so that's why we have an extra like 6 of them here. Yeah, 1, 2, and that would have been 3. Okay. Yeah, it takes me about, if I get the stuff, if I have the designs ready to go, then I can print out the sheets, and between printing the sheets, cutting them out, getting them ready, shrinking them down, and then doing all the post-production stuff like putting the resin on them and getting them drilled for the either being keychains or gluing the magnets on the back. It would take me about a day. Like I said, minus the design time for them, because that usually takes me a hot minute. One arrow with a little bit of curve, not a lot of curve. Maybe that one. Yep. Definitely want to change that a little bit. This is one of those ones where I was trying to figure out this display or how to display our bags, our tote bags for our upcoming market. And I had this, I built this little setup here with the plywood that was holding postcards, and which is fine, but I don't even think we might have sold one postcard so far. So we're like, I don't know if if we should do the postcards anymore. So it just kind of was like sitting around, not doing anything. And, daughter and I were out in the garage this week working on a bunch of this other stuff. And, sometimes I feel like I've got that ADHD brain where I'm like, there's 6 things going on and I bounce between each one of them and make a little progress on one and then get stuck. And then I jump to another one, do a little progress on that, get stuck, and kind of like work my way around. This was one of those ones where I grabbed the bags, I brought them out there. I was just like, how are we going to display this? Do I hang them from our little canopy thing? Do I get one of my other tripod stands and put a hanging arm for it and stuff like that? It's like, how do I do all that stuff? And then it's like, well, we just need at least one up to display and have the price on it and stuff like that. That should be good for that. And then I saw that little holder and I was just like, I wonder if I folded them up and put them in the holder, if that would work. So I did as a prototype, and I was like, cool, that looks really good. And then I was like, oh, I've got scrap pieces of paper. So everything that I use for everything in here, whether it's the business cards, the bookmarks and everything like that, if it's more than like a 1/4 inch thickness of material, I will try. I keep 90% of it. So like when we started doing this, I was like, oh, I can wrap some of my leftover papers that I have around these and hold them together. This way they're nice and stackable and stuff like that, and then I can keep the rest of them in a box and they're ready to go out on display when we're ready. So it was cool. It was like, oh, I like being able to be ecological in that way, where I try to use up any scraps that I have. I don't like to throw a bunch of waste and stuff away. That's kind of why like my stickers and stuff are all cut square, so that I don't have a lot of waste involved and stuff. So there's not a lot going into the landfill and stuff like that, just for the sake of having things and stuff. So that is a lot of reason why most of the stuff that I have or have made is in some type of square format, because most things are paper-wise are in a square-ish format, rectangular format. So try to fit around that limitation, so this way I don't have a lot of scrap. Ooh, Sunny's giving me big stuff to talk about today. Hello. Okay. Good morning, Sunny. No possible ban evader. Yeah, I would say it's a ban evader. So hypothetical question. Say there are these homeless people too that usually camp out. Is this a trolley problem? Are we doing a trolley problem right now? You have to kill one homeless person to save 2 homeless people? Wait, that's not how that works. How does this work? I don't know. Trolley problem is weird. That usually camp out near back corner of a shopping strip. Usually stay there for weeks at a time, making themselves at home and hanging up laundry around what they can at the back of the building, doing laundry and even showering in a not so often used dumpster. Then one day you notice that one of the empty stores that isn't being used has its door open during a stormy day. You think you see someone walk inside, but nothing concrete. Then later one of the people comes in to buy ice, and it's like they came out of thin air. So you watch them leave, and then you notice them open the door to the place and walk in. Would that be squatting? Ooh, I don't know. without knowing I think you're putting things together without having direct, I don't know. Based off of the information that you've given, I couldn't make that assertion whether or not, one, those are the same people or not, or if that's other people or something else that's going on. It's too hard to determine at the moment. Oh, it's the same people? Gotcha. Hard to say. Are they taking anything out of it? So it's a vacant shop space, right? It's hard because, like, technically you should almost, like, I don't want to say investigate because that's a terrible, not a good thing to go do. And I'm gonna go snoop around and find out kind of thing. But it's you've fallen into the gray area of something where you don't necessarily want to, like, call the cops or anything quite yet, because you don't know enough information to know whether or not it would be like a false thing. I mean, you could make a concerned citizen phone call kind of thing, being like, hey, I've noticed these people going in and out, but they're not doing anything with the business or anything. They don't have just kind of like, I don't know. That's kind of a weird one. Watched the other one carry 2 big buckets of water into the building this morning. I don't know, because in my old line of work, doing construction, doing a handyman service and stuff like that, there are many times where I don't have, like, I'm not an official business. Like, I was just helping do some things, just basic things for the homeowner kind of stuff. So I pull up in my truck, I have tools and stuff like that, but who knows what the heck I'm doing or what's going on kind of thing. So it's advice on this one's on it. I don't really know. That's a really weird and odd situation, and maybe it do you know who the building manager is? That might be a good way to check and be like, hey, is somebody moving into XYZ? Because I see people going in and out of that vacant shop space down there. That might be a good place to start. Be like, just let them know and be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing people go in and out, but I just wanted to check to make sure that everything was cool. And if they go, oh no, yeah, it's XYZ, supposed to be moving in, blah blah blah, then you're good to go. Tried calling the landlord, but no answer. Well, I mean, you did your best. This is a good question for Mums. Good morning, Mums. I will restate if you you could either scroll up to the chat part that Sunny put in, or I can reread it too. I see it. Okay. We need your sage wisdom here, your advice. If people are on a property that is owned by someone else, yes. Without permission, it's squatting. There you go. After seeing the woman last night and then the man this morning, I know it's the usual homeless people that camp out around the area. Yeah, I think trying, like you said, doing the best you can to contact the landlord and let them know, being like, this seems odd. Something seems off about this, especially if you're not seeing like equipment or shop stuff moving in. It's the weird one was the buckets of water. If they don't have a vehicle there and they're bringing in buckets of water into there, but where the heck did they get the water? Yeah. Thinking, letting the landlord know. There are no lights on inside because they usually cut the power when people move out. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That is the safest to do, if for nothing, safety of the building. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mums. Trying your best to get the landlord's attention, let them know. The hard part is that people that gain access to shop spaces and stuff like that, a lot of times, like we've seen it, where they go in and rip out the cables, the copper and stuff out of walls and things like that, because it's worth money and they can take it to get it processed and stuff like that. Harder to do because a lot of those places require that you have the scrap metal places use your driver's license to vouch for where you got the materials and stuff like that. But still doable. Except they can sell it to someone who can do that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if they take it to some type of construction people or whatever like that, they'll just throw it in with the rest of their stuff and give them a couple bucks for it. That does make sense, Mums. My buddy who used to work in plumbing, he would take, whenever he would go to a job site where he had to redo fittings or change out plumbing and stuff like that, he would take all of the old copper and throw it in his truck and then take it home and have just trash cans full of copper fittings and piping and everything else. And then he would go down like every couple months, fill his truck to the brim and go sell it at the scrap place. So, but he was a legit business, so like he would have the ability to do that. But like he would have so much stuff. Like there would be no way be like, I've been to 30 jobs. I don't know which things came from which things, kind of thing. So yeah, I'll probably just call it in to the police just as a concern if they could check it out themselves, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Especially if there might be damage involved. Or breaking and entering. Man, that would suck if somebody left the door open or left it unlocked on accident and it's going to cause all that damage. That sucks. Bad stuff, yeah. It is unfortunate. Shitty part is it probably doesn't have to be this way, but just is. It's funny, I have conversations with my son about this kind of stuff all the time. Reno's an interesting place because we have roving bands of homeless people. So if you ever come into the Reno area, downtown Reno is the central spot of everything for the city. And then all the areas kind of rotate out around it. There's the college, and like off downtown, and then it moves out further, and then we hit Sparks, and it goes out of town kind of thing. But we have one main street that circles the entire outside rim of Reno. It's called McCarran. And it literally makes a big loop around the entire city. Goes through Sparks and everything too. But you can kind of like, it's funny, you can almost like a sundial or like a calendar, you can tell what time of year it is or what's going on based on where the encampment has moved around McCarran. Like, it's funny, you can kind of like spot them and see where the the nomad group has moved to. Kelly does it too. Yeah, it's everywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. That's how that works. Yeah. They go in and roust them out, and then they have to move. It's just how it works. She went in straight to the building. I was like, no, because they're not trying to be sneaky about it. It doesn't. There's no qualm about that at all. You're also less likely to question part of that if they are so brazen. Like, you're questioning it now because she went straight there, so it's inducing doubt just from that by itself. Not saying that it's meant to do that. It's kind of like ignorance is bliss in that way. Like, if you just have a one-track mind, be like, we need ice and just going from A to B, you don't think about it. But most people that have that is kind of like a pattern that most people do when they're trying not to be sneaky. So you would think that's true, right? But most people who try to be sneaky are more noticeable than people who are not. That's the funny thing in like some of the studies that they've showed, that they've done in places, stuff like that. Be like, yeah, people, like, our brains are really fun in that. That's why we have like the uncanny valley system in our brains. We notice things that are out of place or weird or strange, even if there's slight disturbances and things like that. So sneakiness is one of those ones. It is not a natural way to move through the world. And our brains, they may not pick up instinctually exactly what's going on, but it's one of those ones where you're like, something's off here. So, and that's really like the uncanny valley. Alex, funny. You literally just sent me a reel as you were typing this. You goober. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, brains are fun. Yeah. Sneakiness doesn't always equate to. It's not like D&D where you can have a stealth and nobody sees you. That's not the way it works in the real world. I heard that things that aren't uniform are harder to notice. Heard that things that aren't uniform are harder to notice. Yes, to a point. Like even in, so studying these type of things in art and understanding what true randomness is in nature and things like that, and that nature isn't really random. Instinctually, our brains know certain things about the world and understanding of how things work. Just instinctually from years of evolution and stuff like that. We pick up on certain things. So when we try to disturb part of those processes or try to subvert some things, it does make some type of a ripple in the matrix. So I'm just gonna put it that way. So it's even in a chaotic piece, you can find it's kind of like Where's Waldo, right? That's all chaos going on in there. But your brain is desperately searching because you know that dude is in there somewhere and you have to look for it. And a lot of times you don't have to try to find him, more as try not to find him. I don't know if you've ever heard those, like in movies, it's like when you least expecting to find something is when you will find something. So like I said, our brains are constantly scanning and understanding and picking up on things in that way. So even in something as completely chaotic or ununiform, our brain is trying to process and make sense out of the chaos in that way, and it will detect the abnormalities that don't seem like one of these things is not like the other. One of those things. Trust me, it like studying art and doing art history for three hours a day, 3 days a week, and just sitting and staring at slides for all 3 hours and talking about all of these little minute details of all of this and understanding blah blah blah. It's just, yeah, you learn a lot about how the brain works and functions and processes all of the stimuli in our world, and how it can elicit certain responses and understandings. Like that's why graphic design is a huge thing for like logos and stuff like that, like understanding how a lot of that stuff tickles your brain fancy, you know. I'll give one good example that we've had recently. When we did the book fest a couple weeks ago, there was a family that came up and they had a baby in a stroller. And one of the design aspects that I have for my characters here, and I'll put this up on screen, is their eyes, right? That is one of the main things that we learned about in art school or whatever like that, is that your connection point to another person, human being, creature, whatever it is mostly through the eyes. You can learn a lot from the eyes and stuff like that. And when the little baby in the stroller came up, the image for the cover of the first book is Buttons with his eyes open bright and he's looking at you. And the baby was just mesmerized by that. Like, she grabbed the book and was just staring at it and just looking at it, and she would not put it down because something was there that was connecting between that facial feature and the eyes and stuff like that. It's one of those things like I read about in a study that they did. It's very similar like that. I read a lot of studies talking about that effect, and to then apply it into your artwork and illustrations and stuff like that. And knowing those things has a big impact on you. Let's see. Just had a conversation about that last night. The example I had was like a firearm that is all black with black attachments are easy to notice compared to one with a tan attachment. but it isn't truly symmetrical either. Yep. Yeah. My brain is just memes. Alex comes in, is just like, insert joke here. This is like perfect. She was like, nothing in nature is uniform, lots of different colors, and I was like, the jungle is very green, the desert is very tan. Thank you, Dreamer, for putting your points towards our assistant for sure today. I don't know where she is right now. Yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of the overlap between science and understanding of all of these things. I'll reiterate once again, like I've told people that I've helped with illustrations lately as well. I'm not an expert in any of these things, just an observant human being who absorbs a lot of the knowledge and then tries to find ways to apply it back to either things that I'm working on or doing, or the understanding of all of those things. So I don't know, weird shit. Like I said, landlord, probably your best bet on that one. I think you can call, I know we've called like the sheriff line. You don't have to call 911, but they do have a separate line for the police department that you can call and just make a, God, what do they call it? Some type of report or whatever it is. You might even be able to just file it online. Some of those can be done online as well. Just depends. A concerned citizen thing, just stupid, but figure out something to say about that. Do I want to keep this? I've minimized things down, which is good. I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna put this in even though I don't know what our time range is here. I'm like 80% sure this is all still going correctly. Worst case, I'll figure it out. A Star Citizen calling in a concern. Yeah, tell them you're calling from whatever galaxy you're currently parked in, Sonny. I'm sure that'll go over well. Look, I'm in the Solaris galaxy. I just want to let you know somebody's being weird in this building. At this address. I'm sorry, what, sir? Where are you? I'm just a space pirate. Don't worry about it. Sir, we're gonna find you. I'm sure that'll go over well. Nothing bad could happen. Nothing bad could happen. So, Mums, I started on the second character that you wanted me to do for the D&D. I think I have the head worked out pretty close to what I want. So I should be able to on Friday work on some more of the body and stuff, or at least that's the hope and the plan at the moment. Yeah, but when we talked about it last, I was just gonna do the black and white or the sketch stuff, and then were you gonna do the coloring and stuff like that, or have the kids do the coloring? Is that what we were gonna do? Yes. Okay. Cool. Yay! That's exciting. Yeah, I'll clean it up a little bit. I'm trying to decide if I want to leave it as the because I'm doing it by hand, if I want to leave it as the pencil sketch, or if I want to try to throw it in and digitize it at all, redraw it on like the iPad or something like that. I always see stuff online. I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. And then I start to do it. I'm like, I suck at this. My dad was just telling me that the back door to that place is open today, so maybe they have a key. Now it's a landlord's thing, so I'll hold off on calling the non-emergency. Yeah, there it is, non-emergency line. Thank you. To have them check it out. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. I'm glad we were able to work through it and figure it out. The pencil size inch set is perfect. Okay, cool. Yay, that's exciting. Mums, do you know, does Renegade put in for her Library of Congress number when she does her stuff? When she does her books? Do you know it all? Yes, she does. Okay, cool. I feel like I asked her that at one point, but I could not remember the answer. I think she buys 10 at a time. Oh, no, different. That's different. Those are the ISBNs. ISBN is the one that you have to purchase. The Library of Congress number is the one that you apply for from the government itself. It's the one that helps you get into libraries. She does both. Okay, cool. It's one of those things that I run across a lot with people that I read comments on online and stuff like that, that they don't know that they need to. I would say need to. You don't need to do any of this stuff if you don't want to. You can just print a book at home and then walk around and sell it, kind of thing. But if you would like to get books into the library, having your Library of Congress control numbers is the best way to do that. Okay, so got him here. That's there. He's there. So we need something here. So I need... Getting close to done. I have... Oh, that's interesting. That way he looks like he's looking kind of at us. Oh, weird. Optical illusions. Okay, we've got an ad coming up here in about 2 minutes. Figure out whether I'm gonna like these or if I gotta make a couple new ones here. Let's see if we can find... I don't see our assistant out there right now. Swap over. Let's see if I can roust her up and see what she's going on. We did have a bunch of finches out there. Our territorial squirrels are out there trying to steal all the bird seed and stuff that we've got out there. We had a couple blue jays. Some of the quail came up today, but we didn't have any small nuggets, which was sad about. I love when the little quail nuggets come up and hang out in the yard. That's usually fun, but they were not here today. But Sora's out there somewhere. We'll go see what she's up to, but we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause what I'm working on at the moment, do a little walkabout, maybe go grab something to drink. We're gonna do 3 minutes of ad break, so we'll do that and then we'll come back and we'll keep working on this. Maybe jump over to one of the other 6 things that I'm working on at the same time. Oh, I see a squirrel out there. He's over on the top left. Haha! He's hiding now. But anyways, yeah, that's what we're gonna do, so stick around, we'll be right back. All right, I've returned. Our assistant is now watching the birds. There was a whole bunch of finches out there running around when I happened to walk by. They're very happy. We got... Dreamer had set up she'd gotten a birthday gift from, I forget who. It was like a little birdhouse that has a camera in it. So we set that up, was it yesterday? No, we set it up on the weekend. It's been in our closet for like a year or whatever like that. We were just like, this is kind of weird, silly, dumb, but now that we're older, we're like, we like birds. So we put it up, set it up, and every once in a while she sends me photos of the birds or the squirrels or things like that that happen to drop by the little camera. Actually, speaking of which, I can show you guys. Let's go back to here for the moment. This is one that she got the other day. Figured that was a really good one. Just stuffing his little face full of whatever we got in there. More than likely sunflower seeds. In our front yard, I did a remodel and put a bunch of DG in the front, and we found little pockets of sunflower seeds buried in the DG recently. Actually, some of them have started to sprout and grow into sunflowers, which is actually kind of funny. But yeah, I think our little squirrel friend is taking them and trying to bury them in the front yard. So that's been kind of fun. That's fun. When the fan was home, we had a journal of all the animals we saw in the yard in the time of year. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Pioneer and Thunder and the kids came down to visit you guys, right? Yeah, that's awesome. So this has been wildly popular with my son, because when he found out, he's just like, it has a camera, I want access to that, because he wants to be able to see the fat squirrels and stuff like that doing their stuff. So it is now a fan favorite here at the house. I do not have this app. I do not plan to look at the bird's feeder camera thing at all, but I do appreciate the silliness of this chunk just stuffing his face full of stuff here. I do appreciate that. That is a good one. Yeah, it's funny because on Saturday we're actually going to have a little family event with some of our cousins, second cousins and stuff like that we haven't seen in a long time. So a lot of little family stuff going on recently. So I feel you on that one, mums. Got to get all the peoples together sometimes. Alex, stop sending me reels. Go back to work, man. We all met Callie. Nice. No. Also, Joe. No. So, no stopping reels, no stop, and no work. Or, no, you're not going back to work. Gotcha. Do I want to have if I do transitions, it'll make things shorter. We'll do that one. Okay, this is going to end up saving us some time across the entire video, so we should be able to go back through and add more time back. So transition is two overlapping videos over top of each other, or two frames. We'll do color wipe there for the end. So where we started at 59 seconds, we're now down to 55 seconds. So we saved a total of 4 seconds across this because we're overlapping each one of these two videos. What is it? A half a second each. So we made up 1 whole second. Is that how that works? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so each one is a half second, so that's where we got our 4 second save from on this. But that also means if we want to add back a half a second to each one and still have them transition properly over top of each other, we can. This way we're not losing time. You might not think 4 seconds is a big deal, but in a 60-second video, it's a lot. Okay, so we're at 58.8, so we're almost at 59 seconds there, so we should be good now. Hey, thank you, Alex, for contributing your points towards our treat for Sora. Yeah, that looks better. Better transition there. I need to change the wording on that because that's terrible to have next to next. This down so you can actually read that part. There we go. Let's grab two. Let's give that a shadow. Down to like 30. Put on 25%. Beneath him. We could blur that a little bit too. Oops, wrong button. Blur whole image. There we go. We'll bring it back up a little bit. That makes it look like he's actually like standing there with Sora. Let's animate these. I don't use any of the generation stuff. I don't know what they're using to generate their imagery. I don't like to use that. Just continue to use the clip art. Okay, good. It's going to be 80 degrees today and I don't like it. Yes, I agree with that. But I also live in a desert, so I can't say too much. It's a high desert, but it's a desert nonetheless. I think that's all good. Set up. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's move those to the back though. That one's behind, that one's in front of because it needs to be behind this one. There we go. That one can be moved. Yep. Cool. I think we're pretty close. Alex is sending me more reels. I'm just gonna call you out every time. If I'm streaming and you send me reels, I'm just calling you out for it. Good. Straight good. Gotta keep you honest? I don't know. Need to work on this one. Next is some mail for our friends over at Reading Rainbow. Yes. For anybody that doesn't know who may watch this, hopefully before July 14th, Reading Rainbow is actually putting together, in conjunction with the Buffalo Toronto Public Media, they are asking for people to donate copies of their books to their special book drive celebrating literacy, storytelling, and community impact. Donated books will be distributed to nonprofit organizations, and they might, depending on if they like your setup, your story, or what's going on with it, they may feature it on their social media. So a win-win situation where you're helping out a good cause kind of stuff, and there's a possibility that you might get seen through their Reading Rainbow channel, which is cool. So we sent in, that was the other part of our mail that we sent in this week, was our books 1, 2, and book number 3. So hopefully they like them. Maybe they'll put them up. That would be cool. Free promo. Yeah, that would be nice. Well, I guess I can go bother Vern with reels. No, you could bother all of us with them. We'll get Mom's an Instagram account, and you can start sending them to her too. You're really gonna have to tone that back though. Only family friendly stuff. No more of this tassel business like we did on stream the other week. Such a bad influence, Alex. Right, Moms? Alex is such a bad influence. Lol. Note 3. Period. I think that's the other interesting thing about being in this sphere of publishing kids' books and stuff like that is I think, and I don't know how I would do this, but I would love to be able to produce the books, have either, I wonder if I could do it through donations or something like that. Maybe even through stream? That's a possibility, I guess. If I was able to put together some way for either businesses, individuals, people like that to donate money, then we could technically take books that I'm making and send them to these, or give them away to organizations to give out for free in that way. So, I really have to figure out. This is where my brain gets down to, like, I have ideas of things that would be cool to be able to do or figure out how to make it work. Like if you had a wealthy investor or whatever, it'd be like, hey, buy $10,000 worth of books, and we'll go to all of the nonprofits, all of the places looking for donations for books, like schools that are looking for stuff like that, and we'll give them all a free book in that way. Like, I have the idea of that. I don't know how to get it to work though. I'm not that savvy on things. I have a picture for you to decipher. I don't Insta any grams. Alex can guess as well. I'm not sure I have many family friends. one's in the bank. Wait. What did you send me? Did you send me something on Discord? Oh, yep, there's definitely something in there. Nope. I don't know whatever it is, but it's cursed. Whatever you just sent me is cursed as all hell. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't know how to spell it. That is definitely not. Nope, that's not right either. Where's my spell check at? Oops, Sora just ran off. She must be chasing a squirrel. I know what it is, you weirdo. I just don't like it. I know it's double. There we go. Got it figured out. You have to tell me. Well, I guess it does work this way for you mums. I always find myself, and I talk with Dreamer about this all the time, is like, if I could figure out a way to do all this stuff and give it to people for free, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, I don't have any ideals of grandeur or anything like that. Like, I know I've said it many times on here, I just want to do cool shit at the same time. Do fun, cool shit that's exciting, that keeps my brain running, and hopefully gives me the ability to grow to a very old age. Keeping my mental faculties together would be nice. But yeah, being able to like give that stuff would be nice. For the book giveaways, it would need to be a non-profit thing. Yeah. Yeah, it would be... It's interesting. So what I've learned from a lot of like online people talking about this is that literally the books that you produce and make and put out there, unless you hit some type of viral moment or hit a market just right or whatever like that, like books do not make you a shit ton of money. If you are a publisher, like a big publisher or whatever, it's a little bit different, because if you buy 100,000 copies of a book or produce 100,000 copies of a book, you're going to put them in every bookstore that you possibly can across America. So there's a potential of gaining a bunch of that money back. That's having it's kind of like the Walmart strategy, right? Like you price everything so low, but you're selling so many of it that you eventually make up that difference of that. That's kind of the idea. But for like smaller producers and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder to figure out how to make money on this scenario. But most people, they figured that the books themselves are not the things that they make money on. It's everything else that you offer. It's the classes that you teach about how to do writing, or how to do illustration, or how to get into the industry, or doing events at schools, or speaking events and things like that. It's selling little merchandise of certain characters or other type of things. That is the majority of where authors find their profitability in these things. And the stories are the fun things that they get to do that make you basically pennies on the dollar kind of thing. So, right, they are easy to set up. True. So it's kind of it's a weird spot because you spend, and I don't know how much time Rachel spends on each of her books, because it feels like she writes, she edits, she does so many things. So it feels like each book takes her at least a year to produce. For me, mine is about 6 months, so mine's a little bit more compressed down in that way. But like that's half a year of work that you're then not making, unless, like I said, unless you sell like 100,000 copies or 1 million copies of something, you're not making a lot of money off of it in that way. It's weird. Not saying that every artist should be paid maximum amount for all of their stuff, because some stuff is not very good, but sorry, it's just kind of the way it is. My shit has been dog shit for a long time. And there's pages that I go back in book 1 and 2 and I look at them like, oh, I wish I would have done something different here. God damn it. And I could technically go back and change them, but still bums me out. There you go. There's my rant for the morning. We should be growing as artistic people. Yeah. We will always see what we can do better. Yeah. It's sad because it's like, I see, like, I don't know how much Rachel makes off of each one of her books being sold, but if I sell one online through my printer distributor, I make 55 cents, which seems on an $18 book almost criminal, that the majority of the work and stuff like that, and I'm getting less than a tenth of less than, I don't even know what the percentage is on that. It is a fractionable percentage in that way. And that seems almost criminal in that way. It's weird. It seems upside down. Like, this pyramid is upside down in certain ways. But at the same time, if you're making like, so my books cost $10 to actually print, right? And put together and stuff like that. So there's $8 left for all of the other things, the distribution and blah, blah, blah. If I was making $8 and sold, 1,000 copies, that's $8,000 kind of thing. So like the amount that you would be making would be huge in that way. That would be life-changing. Why isn't it that way? That seems weird. I don't know. Paying for the markets, I guess. That's how that works. I know when I sell my books at like the events that I'm going to be selling at like this Art Town Authors Day, I will be making that much. If I sell a $18 book, I think I'll make $7 off of that, because there's also shipping to get the books to me kind of stuff. So I mean, it works, but at the same time, it's a very small style market. So yeah, I understand that it's about, the reason why like it's so high for like using Ingram Spark, that's who I use, is because I am essentially accessible to every bookstore, library, anybody that has access to their catalog globally can order one of their books and they will send it out to them, kind of thing. So I'm paying for that global network kind of thing. And I get that. It costing $7.50 of that and leaving me with only 55 is kind of, I don't know. It's right and it's wrong at the same time, feels. I don't know. I'm venting. All right. Are we... I think we're just about cleaned up with this. Should be able to delete that now. Get rid of all my template work here. I don't have to worry about that because all the words are placed fine. As long as they don't change stuff up on me too badly. Should work just fine. Okay. So got all that junk out of the way. Let's do a preview here. See how this looks. Oh, there's a problem right there. Let's go there. There we go. Yeah, that's a good update. Nothing crazy out of that, and I can type and write up the post for it. Should be good. Make sure nothing is being covered here. Characters are covering the number, but that's okay. Not doing shadows for that. Let's actually move him down a little bit. You can stand on the little stitchings down on the bottom. Okay, it's better. Yeah, that should work. Cool. All right, I need to go. Have a great day, all. I believe that's what you're going for. Have a good day, mums. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciates it. Hopefully I didn't rant and rave too much. No more than normal, I guess. Yeah, 88 or 58 seconds and 58.8 seconds. Download. Okay, we'll do that. No, all good. Lol. Have a good day, mums. Okay, well, that's downloading. We're going to go talk about our shrink plastic experiments that we did. So on Monday, we had... Oops, I punched the microphone. That's not good. Monday, we had a short stream, but I needed to work on putting together this little sample shrink plastic sheet so that I could get a better accurate idea. Well, I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. Of the colors that are being printed, and when the sheet actually shrinks down, what's going on with the color. So if you looked at this, you can see we printed on the weekend, or I forget which day it was, but our little dog character here came out really orange. He's not supposed to be orange. He's supposed to be brown. This is what he's supposed to look like over here on the right hand side. So I had to go back through and look at the settings that I had done. This is what I normally print on our shrink plastic at, and make some adjustments to it. So we tried a bunch of settings that we found online. The opacity 50, opacity 50, minus 50, brightness 10, saturation 30. So each one had its own little stuff set up for it so that I could see what was going on with the shrinking and the color density that was going on. So Sunny, I've solved the riddle. Oh no. What riddle? This is scary. He thinks there's a riddle. So what I figured out, we'll go over to our next slide here, is that, yeah, this one indeed makes it super bright orange. Really gives the saturation a huge bump across the spectrum here. Like the colors just are super, super, super bright. The top colors up here are actually fairly close to what our monitor is displaying. Not too bad, not too far off. Pretty close. There might be a couple others that are better set up. Any of these ones that had the opacity turned way down, so like this one is minus 70, this one's minus 50, that one's minus 50, those ones just washed out. Like we lost the black lines and everything else like that. So these 1, 2, 3 were kind of like dead. They didn't work. They just looked terrible. So essentially these 4 from here down were not great. The only thing that was good about them was that the density of the color for like this one was probably the closest, the vibrancy of it, even though we lost all of the black color for the outlines and stuff like that. So I set up another page here. I was going to do possibly another one of these setups, but I only have one sheet of this left. So I don't know if it's worth wasting a whole nother sheet to get this close enough, or just kind of pick what we've learned from here, that this setup here is about the right color tonality that I want. But this one with just the brightness is the better outline version for the character. So I think I went, yeah, brightness 50% here. And then this was con. I forget what the con was. Oh, contrast. I went contrast the opposite direction so that it brought the color of the black outline back to its full strength again. Because if I don't, he's going to turn orange. So it actually, so we did bring up the brightness, but we dropped the contrast so that it keeps the dark lines for the black around the outline, but drops so he doesn't become super orange. That's hopefully the hope with our setup here. I gotta figure out if I'm just going to use it and print it like that, or if I need to do another reference sheet here. Because he looks like he's what did we tell? This was a birthday gift for Sarsaparilla. It's a nuclear dog. He's got radiation poisoning. The picture he sent both of us, I didn't know that needed a solution. I'm kind of nervous what the solution is now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to figure that one quite out yet. In the meantime, what we'll do, we'll get rid of Canva, bring up Illustrator because we made some changes here. Like I said, sometimes I jump around a little bit. Sup? You ready to go on your adventure today? Mm-hmm. With Bestie? Man, it smells like burnt toast in here again.
Want some toast?
No, I'm good.
Okay. My breakfast.
I know it's your breakfast. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna move magnets. We're gonna have three things over here. We're gonna have magnets, keychains, those are peg charms. We're gonna do the acrylic pendants over here. Yeah, Alex is doing riddles now.
Why is Alex doing riddles?
We don't know why Alex is doing riddles. There was no riddle to begin with, but he just decided to solve a riddle that is not solvable because it's not a riddle.
Interesting.
Yes.
He's a riddle guy now?
He's riddled with something. I don't know what it is, but he's
I'm reading all of it. I'm like, you solved a riddle? What?
Hey, so Sunny sent us a picture in Discord. I'll show it to you. Thank you, Sunny. We're going to disturb even more people with this.
Okay.
What do you think of this? Is it disturbing?
It's AI.
I know that, but is it disturbing?
I know.
Okay. I'm disturbed by this. I do not think those two things should be mixed.
How is that a riddle?
It's not that's the point. It's not a riddle.
Then why is Alex saying he solved the riddle?
I don't know why he's saying that. He didn't solve anything. It's not because it's not a riddle.
Now I'm confused.
We're all confused.
I'm back, Alex.
We're waiting for clarification. I don't know if we're gonna get it.
Probably not. No, clean my plate.
Okay, so we should be able to do. guess we do not plural. One. Welcome back.
Product stuff?
Yes. Trying to get the pricing stuff done, since I keep moving around all of my stuff on the racks out here. No clarification from Alex yet on what mystery he has solved.
Well,
no riddle. Not a riddle. A lie and a fabrication. No riddles. Okay, question for you, daughter. Should it be plural? Or should it be singular?
Well, how many bags are you selling for $10?
One bag, one for $10. So it should be tote bag.
One.
Yeah.
Because if you say tote bags, people are gonna think multiple because it's
So
plural.
should it be pins or pin? Earrings?
Okay, that's
Earrings
that's,
has to be
The hard
pluralized.
part about that is like saying just pin versus pins. You're selling multiple pins each for $3.
Right.
So like it can be interpreted different ways. So I don't know how you want to.
That's what I'm tripping on right now. Pluralization of things.
Alex is gone.
Alex is gone.
I don't get to know about the riddle.
Nobody gets to know about the riddles. Nobody.
I think you'd have to ask Dreamer because I don't know. She's the English person.
She the English person? Oh no.
Susan.
I think it has to be. Doesn't make sense if it's not. Plurals. No, that was too far away from us. Yeah, if you click on the warning, it will actually show you where the area is, and it was like on the coast of California, which is like nowhere even close to us. But it warned us about it. Like, I think you guys missed on that one a little bit. You're a little off. I don't think that earthquake's gonna reach us. Even the aftershocks aren't gonna reach us. I know what I should do. I know what I should do. I should take off the prices. I should take off the prices. I should laminate the sheet. The sheet? Do I have any lamination in here? I don't. Ugh. I gotta go find one so that I can test it out. I want to see if I put on their expo marker, if I can write in the prices. This way, if I need to change them, Then I don't have to reprint this stuff out. I need to print out the tote bag one. And I need to figure out how to print out a different signage for bookmarks is fine. Other signage for how much the books cost and the discount we're going to give for those. Let's see, how to unlock that. But this is progressive. This is going to go to 51. This would be down to 19 then. Yeah, because 3 books cost $30 to produce. That means there's $19 on the table. 54. Okay. So it would be normally it'd be 22. Okay. All right, I'm getting figured out. Slowly. 4 books should be $40, so that would bring it down to 58. Something like that. Just make life simple and get a discount for buying more than 1 book at a time. It's a good idea. Let's do 5. This $85. 85. I would drop this down to 35. This would be 6. Oh no, 2 minus $3 more would be 42. Yeah, I think that could work. Figure out the signage for that. All right, peoples, let me swap over. We are getting down to our final ad break for the stream here. Let's go check on our assistant, see what she's up to. Oh, she's not in her spot. She must be out running around. We got about 30 seconds here. We'll run our 3 minutes of ads, and then when we come back, we'll wrap up the little bits of stuff that we're going to do here, and then we will head out for the afternoon, and then we'll be back on Friday. So stick around for those 3 minutes. I'm going to take a little walkabout, and then we'll be back. So see you in a few. Could be a sore floof. I don't know. She was hiding from us again out there. Literally, like, I took the camera and just put it outside of the sliding door right there. And she just hunkered up against the wall between the chairs. Like a goober. A big old floofy goober. Silly dog. But anyways, that will do it for today's stream. Thank you all for coming by and hanging out. Appreciates it. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Mums. Thank you, Dreamer, for dropping in on the stream as well. Appreciates that. Always good to chat and talk about stuff. As random as I can be sometimes. It's just the way I roll. But I will be back on Friday for another art stream. Like I said, we still have lots to work on here. Lots to do, so I'll always find something to do. More things to do, the better. For sure. So, but I appreciate y'all. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or head over to tahoeanime.com and fill out the form at the bottom, and you can send me a question and I will try to answer it on stream. Possibility. I'm just going to keep throwing that out there. Maybe someday somebody will use it or pop it up. Maybe maybe I should put up on like threads or something like that. I should put on questions, publishing questions that I can answer. That might be a good one. Threads or Blue Sky, one of the two. Ooh, I've got ideas now. Okay. What's your question, daughter?
Who's his favorite?
Who's favorite?
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite what?
Who's your favorite child?
Who's my favorite child? Well, you, of course. You are my favorite child. Now go hang out with your friend for the day so that when Jeff comes and asks me, I can tell him, you're my favorite child. You are. I have no favorites. I make no claims to any of that. All right, peoples, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you all on Friday. Bye, everybody.